Mrs. Dean, and graduation is just 1 week away, okay? And this morning's session will provide an overview of the graduation venue, the timelines, the sequence of events, and information for the graduates and faculty primarily, okay? And it's going to be a joint presentation. Eva Hutchins is here. She's our Associate Dean for Enrollment Services, and she will also be presenting. Of course, graduation, our May graduations are always at the Bell County Expo Center, okay? And it will start exactly at 6:30 p.m. That's when the ceremony officially starts. This is a copy of the venue, okay? We have the Garth Arena and the Assembly Hall and the Special Events Room reserved.
I'm sorry.
Okay, and so the main entrance is where that star is. If you see the star, that's the main entrance. And there will be VIP parking, reserved parking for the invited guests and stage party.
I'm sorry, you were talking about
diagonally. Okay, so the parking, so this is a layout of the parking, okay, where the reserved parking is. It's a blue square. And then the graduates will be assembling in the Assembly Hall, which and that's pointing to the Assembly Hall there. And if you've been to the expo, there are all kinds of doors and entrances, but when we're giving directions at this presentation, what we're doing is people coming in the main entrance. Okay, this is the layout of the Bell County Expo Center, okay? The stage is the furthest back, okay, that will be the stage platform, okay? And so right now we have 326 graduates that have confirmed their marching. And so we're estimating we'll have 16 rows of 20 chairs each, okay? And faculty, we have 142 faculty. Okay, so we have, we don't have enough chairs if we have 142 faculty. So we'll have 10 rows and probably 7 chairs in each row. We'll probably add an 11th row, okay? And so this is kind of the layout of how the graduates will come in on the left. If you can see the arrows there, and the faculty will come in on the right, and you can see the arrows leading. You can see the staircases with the arrows. Okay, this is our stage party platform, okay? We have a lot of people on the stage, okay? There will be 20 individuals on the stage compared to our usual 16, okay? And our board members are usually sitting in the front, and our commencement speaker. And our commencement speaker is Edgar Fuentes. He is the civilian aide to the Secretary of the Army for Texas Central. And then we'll have our deans and associate deputy chancellors and our deputy chancellor sitting in the second row.
Just a reminder, if everyone could mute their microphones while the presentation is going on.
Okay. Next slide. Okay. This is last fall's VIP ticket. Okay, but we're going to do something a little different this year. Okay. When people come into the front lobby, there'll be a sign-in sheet for anybody that has a reserved pass, and then somebody will take that individual to the reserved seating. And this is just an example of what the ticket looks like. It's just a small ticket. Okay. And this is our program sequence. The program actually, the ceremony officially starts with the chorus, and then we have the processional, the posting of the colors, then the national anthem, the invocation. Dr. Fisher will be welcoming the stage party, and we will have greetings from the chancellor, the faculty, the graduate, our CTC Board of Trustee chair, and possibly a Fort Hood greeter. Okay, and Dr. Fisher, Daniel Fisher, who is the Dean of Academic Instruction, will be the Master of Ceremonies. Okay, and so after the commencement address, we will have the certification and conferring of the certificates and degrees. Okay, next slide. Okay, these are the items that have been confirmed. Okay, we've already gone over the venue. We have it reserved all day from about 6:30 till midnight, 6:30 in the morning till about midnight. TAMUs are PMU CTC's ROTC will be posting the colors, okay? And we will have flash photography there, and then we will have the commencement flowers. And the flash photography will actually be in the venue, and the commencement flowers will be in the main lobby, okay? Right now, we have 100, of the 326 graduates, we have 109 early college high school, and we have 41 STEM, and we have 9 possible highest honors. Worldwide, we have 903 applications on the table, because most of those will be cleared after next week. Okay? So of those, we have 721 associate degrees and 182 certificates. Okay? Our security, we will have security there. CTC will have 6 officers. They will have 4 campus security officers for the evening, and they'll have 2 on hand in the morning to help us with the setup. Okay, and there will also be 2 officers for the Queen Independent School District. Okay, and they will be blocking off the parking for the stage party and the reserve in the invited guests, and they will also provide traffic flow. Okay. Next. Okay, and the order of the processional, the faculty will come in first, then the graduates, ordered by degree and within degree alphabetically. Stage party, it comes in last. The recessional is just the opposite. It would be the stage party first, then the faculty, and the graduates would be dismissed on the floor. Okay, these are our key timelines. The advising staff should arrive by 3:00 p.m. Okay, the graduates should arrive between 4 and 5, no later than 5. Okay, the stage party should arrive about 10 minutes before 6, and at between 6 and 6:10. Nellie Baker, she will be leading the highest honors graduates up to the special events room to meet the CTC Board of Trustees and the Chancellor. And when Mrs. Baker returns the graduates, she will return them to the floor of the arena, and they will join the other graduates. Okay. At 6:15, the stage party, we will have somebody, it will be Lucette Brett, that will be escorting the family and friends to the stage party to the reserved seating. Okay. 6:20, Mr. Chavez will announce to the audience to make their way to their seats. Okay. 6:25 is when the stage party should start lighting up in the special events room. And at 6:30, Mr. Chavez will introduce the CTC chorus to begin the ceremony. And then around 6:35 is when Mr. Chavez introduces the faculty processional. Okay. Okay, I'm going to turn it over to Eva Hutchins now.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Eva. I'm the Associate Dean of Enrollment Services, and I am responsible for getting the graduates lined up in the correct order and to the floor, to their seats, and then back up for the diploma lineup. So as mentioned earlier, the graduates can arrive as early as 4. They should go directly to the Assembly Hall and remain there once they arrive and get their families situated. Just as a reminder, if you're talking to graduates this week, there is no security for personal items in the Garth Arena or Assembly Hall. So CTC is not responsible for any of their personal belongings, and we don't have any way to secure those. When they go to the Assembly Hall, they'll sign in by picking up their name card. If you can stay on the other slide. Fred Chavez will be available if a student wants to ask him to make sure he can say their name correctly. And at roughly 5:45, we will start lining up in the Assembly Hall and putting the graduates in order. The name cards do have a number directly underneath their student name, and they'll line up by that number. You can advance and show them the picture. All right, so that's what a sample of a graduate name card looks like. So it's just simply numbered by the order that we have them in. And some cards will say honors on them if they are in line for that. You can go ahead. At about 6:10, we'll start going down to the out of the Assembly Hall to the arena by access of the way of the corridor. This is not the processional. The graduates will be pre-lined up on the floor of the arena prior to the ceremony start. They will remain behind. They'll be right in the area behind the camera stand that's in the middle of the arena floor, and they will wait for the ceremony to begin at 6:30 with the choir singing and then the faculty processional. Once the faculty processional is concluded and they're standing, then the graduates will begin and be seated. Again, Mr. Chavez will be announcing everything at these key points and timelines during this process. They will be seated as they enter their assigned row, and as soon as the graduates are finished, which takes a while, the stage party processional will begin, and the graduates will remain seated until they're prompted by the MC. Okay. Faculty again enter through, to get into the building, they can go in through the large door and go to the right and gather near sections 105 and 106. They'll form two columns behind our faculty, Dr. Lisa Bull and Dr. Rabini. Again, the announcer will be cueing the crowd to rise for the processional and the introduction of the faculty. Ms. Williams and Ms. Louise will lead the faculty onto the arena floor as the band starts to play Pomp and Circumstance. The faculty seating does flank the graduate seating, as pictured earlier. They'll remain standing outside of the seating area to form kind of an honorary row, so that as the graduates are walking through, they'll be able to cheer and clap for the students that they have gotten to this momentous occasion. After the graduates are seating, the faculty will move into their seats, and then that would be followed by the stage party. This is kind of just a diagram of what that looks like, so you can see it. The students will be in the middle, and the faculty, while the students are marching in, will be kind of out in a V shape. They're flanking the grads. After the stage party is situated on the stage, the Master of Ceremonies will take over. He'll be introduced by Mr. Chavez, and then he will move to the podium and get everyone going and welcome everyone to rise for the national anthem. After the speaking part of the ceremony is concluded, Dr. Ady and the Chancellor will move forward. They'll be introduced. Dr. Ady will recommend that the graduates be certified, and the Chancellor will ask the graduates to come forward. At this point, we do have a picture slide. You can go ahead, and you can go ahead and click again. This is showing where the graduates will go around. They'll have to go around the faculty seating to go into the diploma lineup. So there will always be faculty here on this. If you're looking at the stage, this is like on the right side of the seating area. Go ahead and click again. The first two rows will go out first. Click one more time. And they will go forward. You can keep clicking. And then this is what it will look like as they go across the stage. They'll walk across, pause with the Chancellor for a photo. And then after they do that, they'll be directed off the stage. There will be staff there. They'll go to the official flash photography, our official person who is taking photos, and they'll get a second photo taken there, and then they'll return to their seats. Again, there'll be plenty of staff to direct the students. It's a large floor, so there will be a lot of walking for the students. If you're working with students, just remind them to wear comfortable shoes. Go ahead. After all of the graduates are off the stage and back to their seats, Dr. Fisher will have some in-between time there as we're getting that last student back. Once that happens, he'll then have the graduates as a class move their tassels from the right to the left. And then that will indicate, after that, he'll introduce Ms. Coley for the benediction, which will be followed by the recessional as the stage party, faculty, and then the graduates are dismissed on the floor. Just some miscellaneous, you can go to the next. The CTC bookstore will be open on Friday, the day of the ceremony, during regular business hours, 7:30 to 11:30. Any last minute marcher who needs to purchase a cap and gown would be able to do so that day. It's about $31 with tax, $31.66. The bookstore will be in the Bell County Expo on site. They'll be in the lobby selling commemorative items, and they'll also be in the Assembly Hall should any graduate arrive without their cap and gown. We will make it to where these students can walk across the stage if they would like to. They can make payment on site, or the bookstore would collect their information and make sure they get the student payment by the Tuesday. If they don't pay, they would be placed on hold. Any late arrivals, if you're here and you're working in the area, or you've been doing something at the event and you see a graduate who just arrived, if you're in the venue, get them to the assembly hall, and they'll get their name card, and my staff will get them to me on the floor, even if the ceremony has just begun. As long as we haven't gone across the stage and concluded that part, we will get the students through this process. So there's no reason to turn anybody away, even if it's 6:45. We can get this going. They'll be placed in the back row of the graduates if that would happen, and then I would make sure they get inserted into their proper area of the diploma lineup based on their degree type. KISD, as mentioned earlier, is our contractor for audiovisual. They will be streaming the ceremony live, and this is the link where you could share that with anyone to access the day of. It will also be rebroadcast on Spectrum Channel 17 on the KISD channel. We don't know the dates when they rebroadcast that, but it would be available. As a reminder, we no longer sell copy DVDs of the ceremony. There's a lot of great information at the second link here, the graduation webpage for they've got orientation information if a graduate misses that. They've got all of the links and everything would be there. Go ahead. Speaking of orientation, that is going to occur Monday and Tuesday of next week. There's 2 sessions, Monday, May 8th at 10, Tuesday, May 9th at 2. Students only have to attend one. We offer 2 in case someone can't make the first one. Again, we would love all students to participate in the orientation, but sometimes that doesn't happen. If that were the case, that website that I was referring to earlier does have the slide information, or they can feel free to contact the graduation office or connect with me the day of if they have any questions. But that location of the 2 orientations will be in the Anderson Campus Center in the main area upstairs. Just some FAQs. If students are asking you questions, yes, they can decorate their mortarboard. It needs to be academic in nature or affiliated with their program or celebration as a CTC graduate. Accessories that students can wear with their cap and gown is limited to CTC issued cords or pins. Stoles, tassels, cords, and medallions that represent their membership in any CTC sponsored honor societies or something specific to their department. Bell County Expo does have a rule for no air horns or balloons in their venue, so we do ask that family and friends respect that request by the venue. And again, as a reminder, can't emphasize this enough, staff are not responsible for personal items of the graduates or faculty. Just as a reminder for any staff who's listening who is working the day of the event, this is a large venue and it's all concrete. You should wear comfortable shoes. Everyone should wear comfortable shoes. And I tell the graduates that as well. It's a lot of stairs, a lot of walking. So if you're, again, working with graduates, if you know anybody, remind them they need to wear comfortable shoes that day. And always make sure you have a pocket for your cell phone. Again, nothing is secured. We can't put anything anywhere where it would stay safe. And I believe that's the end of our show. So if there's any questions, Dean and I would be happy to take those now.
Doesn't look like we have any questions.
Okay.
Well, I hope you all have a good weekend, and we'll see you at graduation next Friday.